Missouri resident Deborah Matthias was one of the Americans killed in Israel. She was shielding her 16-year-old son when Hamas militants killed her and her husband, Shlomi Matthias. And Missouri Senator Eric Schmidt's office says he's working with Morning Star Church in Dardenne Prairie to help get a group of 42 church members home. Other members of Missouri's congressional delegation are reacting to the violent outbreak. Our political editor, Mark Maxwell, has the latest. Mark?
Mike, the horrific nature of the surprise attacks against civilians and the threats from Hamas to execute hostages has stirred passionate pledges from many U.S. elected officials, many of them vowing to further support Israel. But Congresswoman Cori Bush drew swift criticism from within her own party when she suggested the U.S. should stop funding the Israeli military and its occupation of disputed territory.
As fires burn, sirens sound, and rockets fly in Israel, flags wave at half-staff in Washington, D.C.
Urge any and every member of Congress, including our local representative, to support Israel.
In the halls on Capitol Hill, renewed debate about U.S. aid to one of our nation's closest allies. Congresswoman Cori Bush sparked swift bipartisan backlash when she called to stop this violence and trauma by ending U.S. government support for Israeli military occupation and apartheid.
This is not about occupation. This is about the fact that there were families that have lost their lives, children and women that were kidnapped. And our country should be standing in solidarity and doing everything we can.
Missouri State Senator Brian Williams represents many of the same voters in the state capitol. He reacted to Bush's remarks Monday morning.
I represent a very large Jewish constituency, and I'll tell you this, my neighbors, my friends, I think we should stand in support of them, and anyone that represents them should do the same.
Citing the death toll, the Anti-Defamation League called the timing of the Congresswoman's remarks tone-deaf, heartless, and beyond reason. Republican Congresswoman Ann Wagner said, "I find her statement reprehensible and offensive. Israel has the absolute right to defend itself, and we stand with them unequivocally as they protect their nation against this unprovoked act of war." Bush's comment made reference to Israel's occupation of Palestinian territories in Gaza and the West Bank, saying violations of human rights do not justify more violations of human rights, and a military response will only exacerbate the suffering of Palestinians and Israelis alike.
We offered Congresswoman Bush's office an interview to try and clarify her position, whether she wants to cut funding outright or condition it on Israeli's government's behavior. 2 years ago, a poll of American Jews found 58% would support restricting American aid so Israel cannot spend that money expanding settlements in the West Bank. Just to look at the numbers, Congress did send another $3.8 billion in American aid to Israel this year, much of that money going back to American defense contractors to buy weapons.